Well, Jarvis, we tried to avoid the inevitable. We talked about the Falcons first, but you can't get around talking about the Braves and what happened. It was like on repeat because you're talking about the same situation. Exactly 8 runs, Phillies over the Braves 9-1 last year. Now here we go again, 10-2 in that decisive game 3 that really is setting up, hopefully not to look like last year, but it just feels eerily similar to last year. And there were so many questions and so much blame to go around, right? In what happened last night. But you know where the blame really, really has sat for the last almost 24 hours. It sat with Brian Snitker. And do you feel like he deserves some of the blame for the Braves loss last night? Most of it coming around why he allowed Bryce Elder to stay in as long as he did. Why wasn't Michael Tompkin or your entire bullpen already warming up? Whenever you saw things start to slightly go south, we thought he was going to have a shorter leash. And thirdly, when you saw Bryce Harper, and you know it's Bryce Harper, doesn't matter that he struck out early, he's going to hit eventually. So why don't you do like Dusty Baker and walk him? Those are some of the main issues. But I am falling back, everybody, with the Atlanta Sports Party because I have got to let Jarvis Davis take the entire floor for this.
Wow. Where do I start? Let me start here.
Sure.
Rob Thompson. Game 1. Ranger Suarez doing his doggone thing. And then next thing you know, here comes Rob Thompson coming out to the mound. All right, Ranger, come on up out here. And everybody's sitting up here like, what? What is this dude doing? Why is he doing this? And even the commentators were sitting there talking about Ranger Suarez looks defeated and all of this stuff. And then we came back from break. You saw that, I guess they had got reported that, Rob Thompson had talked to Ranger Suarez and told him exactly why he took him out. Fast forward to last night, T. I feel like Brian Snitker should have done the same doggone thing.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. And what really just ticked me off is when he said, I thought I thought he was going to go 5. Why did you assume that?
I lost
it. He had been awful. Awful, T. After the All-Star break. He had an ERA over 5.
And there were times where his ERA was at 7 and 8. There were times.
That's what I'm saying. So why would you assume that in this pivotal game we talked about on the Atlanta baseball party yesterday? Like we were saying, yes, Bryce is the choice. However, he has to have a short leash because this is the pivotal game in the 5-game series. Like I haven't looked at the numbers, but I'm sure they skew towards the team winning that game 3 is more than likely it's going to win the series, especially they're coming in 1-1.
Yeah,
it's guaranteed, and it happened to you last year too. Yeah. That's what makes it so frustrating because it's just like, all right, this Castellanos hits the home run. All right, cool. I even tweeted out then. See, I'm like, all right, nobody thought the Braves going to win this game 1-0. All right, cool. Right. No big deal.
Right.
Then you start to see the pitch count against the next guy get a little shaky. He gets a hit. And then next thing you know, just like, all right, then you get the walk. And then, you get somebody to pop out. Okay. Yeah. And now throughout all this time where you have seen that the dude started fidgeting around on the mound, even it's just his mannerisms to you, which is just getting weird, or familiar to what we've been seeing in the second half of this season. Should have been familiar, right?
Yes.
So, people were saying, okay, well, he didn't have anybody warming up. He should have had the foresight to say, you know what? After that, after the other player got on base, I think it was Brandon Marsh. After he got that hit, he should have had somebody warming up right then and there. And then when it came time for Bryce Harper to come to the plate, I'm taking him out. I'm yanking him. And I'm telling him exactly why. Because, hey, we can't afford to let you try to figure this thing out. Because this game can get loose, and we know these Phillies guys were ready to come. And I said they were going to punch back. And they punched back, and they kept punching. They end up A-Town stumping on your butt, like right in the corner of the club, and the security didn't come to help you behind.
Yeah, because there was no way for you to send help, right?
Right.
And I think I would say the same. Like, why couldn't you pull him? At this point, he should know he's not good, right?
Right.
So if you know you're not good, but you try to give your best and it started to play out the same way it has played out with many of his games in the second half, he should have been okay with being pulled. Like,
Right.
I know I'm not good. I know my team is trying not to be on the rocks and trying to regain home field advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, a Castellanos solo shot, we can deal with that. Game is 1-1 at that point.
Fine. Yeah.
But Harper homered, Realmuto doubled, and you're still at 6-1. And I would venture to say, Jarvis,
at some point you got to have somebody up there warming up.
You do,
especially after Bryce Harper home run. Now,
that's right. Now that's
yeah.
At a minimum, at a
win.
minimum, right. And so I think that's probably the sticking point for most people. The why did you leave him in as long as you did? Because it appeared that a short leash was the right way to go, and that wasn't short. That wasn't short enough. And why wasn't anybody ready to rock and roll, regardless of? I mean, put out there who you put out there. I know Brad Hand gave up a run as well, but again, that
he told me he wanted to use him too early. I'm just like, what? What
who
are we talking about?
Cares?
What's too early?
What is too early?
This is the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like, there's no tomorrow.
Everybody's right. Everybody better just suck it up.
Right. Exactly. Buttercup.
Buttercup. Yeah, because that was another answer that triggered me. Too early.
So
what are you talking about? God. So that was just unbelievably frustrating because, again, we talked about this, like you said, on the Atlanta baseball party. And the thing I said was this. We always talk about football being a game of inches. This is a game of inches in a different way, meaning, if you throw that ball just an inch off, someone like Bryce Harper can take advantage of it.
Every time.
And and that's the thing. Every time this dude he literally went yard twice. Right. But here's the thing too. We both know that at the end of the day, that wasn't the issue. The biggest issue is your bats.
No doubt.
Because your bats are 3 for 13 with runners in scoring position.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Your bats are what got you here. Your bats were always going to get you to the World Series.
Records,
all the records. Right. The pitching was never going to get you there. The pitching was just going to make sure that once you got there, they could stave off your opponent on some level. Maybe, getting out of this round and, getting Charlie Morton back. And that's what frustrates me. That's what frustrates me. The fact that you didn't look at yesterday like it was an elimination game. It didn't feel like you looked at it that way. But the Phillies looked like they understood the assignment. Like, ooh, here's an opportunity. Oh, we're about to take it. And we're taking it to you because clearly you can't. You're not ready. But that said, can or will the Braves bounce back tonight?
I think you just answered the question. That pause, T. I say the pregnant pause. That was I gotta think of a higher word than pregnant. Like that was a doggone water birth pause right there.
And I meant that. Because again, we can absolutely say that the Braves can win. We can say that. But if the bottom of the order continues to disappear, no. Yeah. I'm putting it right at their hands because, again, Orlando Arcia, what are you doing? Nothing. And Michael Harris is
Bryce Harper fired up.
Exactly. Right. And that was even a farce because, unfortunately, he didn't even speak on it like it blew up to be. But anyway, you have to be strong because they're going to come for you again. The fan base, Bryce Harper's going to do what he's going to do. You still have to step to that plate and you have to deliver because you guys need to get on base as the bottom of the order so that the top of the order can do their thing. But Ronald Acuna can't do a darn thing to score except get on base, steal, and hope something different happens. So that's, for me, that's why I'm concerned because I don't know. And Marcell Ozuna, you got one job. Like,
that's all. That literally is your only job. Hit the ball.
Yes, that is.
He looks hopeless again.
And hit it long.
He looks hopeless again.
Yes.
I know that look.
Yeah,
we
can't get.
We can't go there.
When he was .85.
Exactly.
Yeah, Yeah.
85 South batting average, like, you know what I'm saying? You got a highway batting average. Like, you
Yeah.
got a highway batting average. The
Can't
north
have
south
too
one,
many.
not the perimeter, not
Right.
285.
No,
We're talking about 85.
85.
Like, come on,
Exactly.
dude. We can't go back there. So yeah,
You
I
can't.
think over to kind of sum it all up, T. You know, I'm glad that we had this conversation because, you know, I need to get this stuff on my chest so I won't have high blood pressure. So I think that, yeah, true enough, that batting order has to get it right. Like the bottom of the order guys, they got to do something. Like you got to give us something. Like you can't play like you've been playing all year and then just disappear. And you know, and I think that Snit needs to stop being outmanaged by Rob Thompson. Like,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying?
That's a great point. The chess match is in Rob
The
Thompson's
chess matches, you're losing. You're
Yeah.
losing. You're losing. He even had emergency people warming up for Aaron Nola.
Yep.
Aaron, people warming up for Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola was out there dealing, T.
Yep. And he had him
dealing.
warming up.
Come on now. That's
Yeah.
that's thinking ahead. That's not making
Exactly.
assumptions. You don't make assumptions in the playoffs. Regular season, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
But
right.
you don't make assumptions in the playoffs.
No.
You don't do that. You don't tinker around with stuff.
And
Like,
if you
don't-
assume, Jarvis, assume the worst case scenario.
Exactly.
Like, don't assume that Bryce Harper is going to strike out. Bryce Harper, assume that he is going yard. That's what you assume.
Exactly.
Worst case
That's
scenario.
what I assumed.
Yeah, me
I
too.
wasn't shocked he hit that home run.
At all.
I
So
was just mad.
it did not shocked, but definitely mad. And everybody has to do their best to become Michael Harris II because again, Eddie Rosario, you have one job and you need to do it because those types of things stack on as well. That'll give you a run that you had no business getting. So we shall see. We shall see. But hey, if you want to talk more ATL Sports one-on-one, you can get your fix with Jarvis and Subtext.
Yeah, I'm telling y'all, guys. I'm telling you, you're gonna get crazy stuff like this. Like I might even, you know, throw a little expletives in there for you. You know, I don't cuss like that, but you know, sometimes I get a little hyped up. So if you want to check us out, join subtext.com/LockedOnSportsAtlanta. Say it again, Jarvis. Join subtext.com/LockedOnSportsAtlanta. Check us out, y'all. I promise y'all, it's gonna be a treat. And you know, it's no real commitment. You can do a little 14-day trial. And if you don't like it, you can back out, man. I'm telling you, it's all good. No love lost and everything. But yeah, come on, join the party. Get on with your boy. And I promise you, you won't regret it.